Hello, I'm Dr. Tsoi, the acupuncturist and the herbalist, of course, the artist. So here we're going to talk about this painting. Actually, I use this canvas is 8 by 10. I mean, that's 8 by 10, and I use oil and acrylic mix. And these paintings, as you see, this is like a sculpt. Actually, this is a portrait of Picasso. That's what the Picasso look right now. And of course, I love him. I like his work. I really appreciate what they do to the art, for the create art. And so I cannot get enough about his art. Of course, my art is a little different than him. Of course, because generation down, and so we're going to create a different art. And I just wonder sometimes if he's still alive. So what's the arts he create? He probably be try to do the arts we try to do, and so my art is of course is the new movement of arts to try to use create arts for healing, and he probably for his time he probably never heard about it, and of course that's what I try to start it and try to help people to understand it. And basically what we do is we use the line to move, and the lines is a continuation, so the lines is move continuously, so it's more like a chi flow, energy flow. So the continuation that is related with acupuncture and the Chinese herbal medicine. So obviously when you have continuation line, so you not break down. So when the people viewer look at the artwork, so definitely it's continue. And of course then I use the water mixed with acrylic, pour down the canvas, so let them move around, and that is more have a more freedom, and the colors is move around. They have a more unexpected results. So that is belong to yin and yang. So basically, yin and yang, and that's the system for the whole universe. That's controlled by with yin and yang. And we are artists. We're making art, make a painting. We have no exception. We're part of the universe. So that's why everything we do, everything we see, we produce, and it's a part of the yin and yang. Just a matter of you create that time. So for what kind of reason? So for what kind the cause of what kind of result? So of course, so it's this line. So you move around. So generate the energy that belong to yang, and the color mix with it that belong to yin, and so you can see I signed the signature, and down there that's the Picasso, and my signature in there. Of course, a little difficult to see, and I don't want to be too bright or too dark because it take away the paintings, the energy for the painting. So that's why they looks a little bit in between. So that's the purpose. And of course, you may ask a question about what's this yin and yang. Basically, yin and yang is the explain things, the opposite, the anything, the opposite for the in the whole universe, and the opposite things. So example like sky, earth, so the opposite is sky is yang and the earth is yin, and the man's is yang, women's yin, and the up is yang, lower is yin, fast is yang, slow is yin, dark is yin, and the bright is yang, and moist is yin, and dry is yang. So anything, everything is a part of the yin and yang. So that's why, so when we create art, so that's the future of create art. So all the artists, they should think that way before they're going to create art. So they have to find out to see what's their purpose, what's their way to do. Or even they, after they create it, they can choose to use yin and yang. So you have a more blue or more red, or fast moving line or slow move line, and all related. That's also from the creating art side. So it's very beneficial. So that's why in the long run, a lot of artists should try to learn how to enjoy, prepare arts and produce arts with yin and yang, and to help you physically, mentally, and spiritually. And of course, the viewers have to understand the yin and yang, how to figure out what's kind of their physical condition, why they enjoy it, and to balance their physically, mentally, and spiritually. So create art, try to balance, and of course we talk about balance here. If the artist is very sick, so even they create the art as a balance for him or her, but not necessarily as a balance for the viewer or for other people. So example, if they are generate art, uh, they are physically they are so depressed, and they try to generate the arts to balance them and to heal them. So they may create the lines very fast, very bright light, color, and try to generate the energy. So good for their physical condition and heal them, use as medicine. And but not necessarily the work is good for everybody, especially for the people who are already anxious and nervous. So they cannot have more nervousness arts for their physical condition. So the viewing, so they do affect your internal system. So number two is the other things is if the people who are already hyper nervous and anxious, cannot sleep, and they looking like looking for fight and argue. Sometimes they're looking for try to kill people. So they're already so stressed. So if you're going to create, so usually those artists they create art just opposite way. They use more blue color, more like just a flat color, or very quiet or corner to hide. So that's they're looking for balance. That's fine for the artist. And but this depressed art, so sometimes if the collectors bring home, and if you hang their home too long, and then they can make them depressed. So they can sometimes so depressed they can become suicide. So those things they can happen. So just I don't say everything's going to happen. Depends on how long you're going to review the art, absorb the information. So if you go to museum or gallery, if you just look at crazy art or depressed art, just a short period of time, you may not affect your system so much. But if you're going to stay there long enough, usually take about 20 minutes to go through your whole body. And if you're going to bring home to collect the art, living with art, if you over living there a few months or even a few years, so sometimes the arts, so they can make you very sick. So those things you have to be more careful sometimes if you find a change. And also sometimes you collect the art at the beginning to match with your system, but a few months later or a few years later, so you don't like anymore, you're not really crazy about that art anymore. So you can put in the storage. You don't have to hang to view it, because otherwise you may going to absorb the information and something you dislike, so they can make you sick. So sometimes it can be very violently. So some people create a crazy art and you hang in there, so they can make you crazy and you cannot sleep, anxious. When you go home, you just hate that art. Or if the opposite way, if it match with you, when you go home, you're looking forward to look at it and enjoy it. So that's the arts they match with your system. So with the yin and yang balance. So I hope you have a nice healthy body and healthy mind, and also healthy spirit, and related with art. And that's the movements. That's the future. So probably next 20, 30 years. That's all. Everybody should get into it. And I really appreciate your watching. Hopefully you can send the video to your friends, and everybody should be healthy and balanced. Thank you.